The guys are trying to convince you to stay here. 1, 2, 3. Not shot, right? I mean, what would you do? Like, if you're down with your degree, like, I can't do a master, you can. I can't. You want me to play all the classes. All in the country, but no go. That's crazy, right? How are they gonna find the money then? Like, didn't they sign the English defender? I think so, yeah. The one, they signed it like, you know, the one that played for like the junior college, the black guy. Yeah.
Lacrosse program. Our first senior is from Centennial, Colorado, and she's been with the Spartans for the past 4 years. As a freshman, she appeared in every game and led all underclassmen in goals with 20, as well as in draw controls with 18. In her time at the University of Tampa, she started 28 of the 44 games she's played, recording a total of 63 goals, 22 assists, and 71 draw controls. She's been a team captain for the past 2 years and currently has a career best 29 points this season. She's also earned the D2 ADA Academic Achievement Award and Sunshine State Conference Commissioner's Honor Roll twice. An Allied Health major, number 16, Lizzie Pierpont. This next senior defender is from Smithtown, New York. In her career as a Spartan, she started all 46 games she's appeared in and has recorded a total of 84 ground balls, 5 draw controls, and caused 62 turnovers. Additionally, she's been selected to the All-SSC second team twice and has been named to the SSC Commissioner's Honor Roll for her efforts in the classroom. This season, she's been named the National Player of the Week by the Intercollegiate Women's Lacrosse Coaches Association and has earned SSC Player of the Week honors on separate occasions. A nursing major, number 22, Danny Water. Our next senior defender has been a team captain for the past 2 seasons. As a junior, she was named 2021 IWLCA Second Team All-Region, while also being named All-SSC Second Team Selection. She's competed in 46 games for the Spartans, notching a career total of 43 ground balls, 8 draw controls, and caused 27 turnovers. The Maryland native has also been recognized for her efforts in the classroom, having been named SSC Commissioner's Honor Roll and earning the D2 ADA Academic Achievement Award twice. A nursing major, Erin Sistek. This grad student joined the Spartans this season after transferring from the University of Louisville. The New Jersey native has started all 11 games she appeared in and leads a team with 33 goals as well as in points with 38. She has 6 ground balls, 5 draw controls, and has caused and has contributed 5 games for the Spartans and tallied her first goal against Young Harris. In her sophomore campaign, she started all 7 games for the UT and added 13 goals and 13 assists, giving her a point total of 26. Her 13 assists ranked 24th in the nation during that season. Off the field, she's been named to the SSC Commissioner's Honor Roll twice, while also receiving the D2 ADA Academic Achievement Award twice. A nursing major, Hannah Bush, number 7. This transfer came to UT after a stellar freshman year at Limestone College. In her career at Tampa, the New York native has played in 16 games, having added 5 goals, 7 assists, and 6 ground balls. She has also earned a D2 Academic Achievement Award and has been named to the SSC Commissioner's Honor Roll twice. A sport management major, number 2, Abby Hope. This graduate joined the University of Tampa after spending her time as an undergraduate at George Mason University, where she was a standout player. In her lone season for the Spartans, this graduate has started 6 of the 11 games she's competed in. Additionally, she has scored 3 goals, 3 assists, 10 ground balls, 12 draw controls, and has caused 6 turnovers for the Spartans. An allied house major, number 40, Christina Romano. This senior defender is from Frederick, Maryland. As a junior, she started all 10 games and recorded 4 ground balls and 3 caused turnovers. She's played in 25 games for UT, in which she has started 18. This Spartan has tallied 15 ground balls and has caused 7 turnovers in her career. She's also been exceptional in the classroom, having been named to the SSC Commissioner's Honor Roll. A biology major, number 35, Paige Short. And last but not least, this graduate is from Tampa, Florida, and comes to the University of Tampa after previously attending George Mason University. In her lone season for the Spartans, she started in all 11 games she's played in. She's recorded 14 ground balls, had 1 draw control, and has caused 13 turnovers, receiving a master's in exercise and nutrition science. Number 21, Holliston Wagner.
Do you see how when they get some?
Women's Lacrosse senior. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, home of your University of Tampa Spartans. This afternoon, the Spartans welcome Palm Beach Atlantic University. Here are this afternoon's starting lineups, beginning with the Sailfish of Palm Beach Atlantic University, who entered tonight's game with a record of 2-7. Midfielder is a senior from Stuart, Florida, number 1, Anna Lascaris. Defender is a sophomore from South Harrison, New Jersey, number 5, Sarah Matheny. Attacker is a senior from Pasadena, Maryland, number 6, Kiki Sonati. Defender is a freshman from Davidsville, Maryland, number 8, Kylie Largent. Midfielder is a senior from Cocoa, Florida, number 10, Chelsea Smith. Midfielder is a freshman from Sykesville, Maryland, number 16, Jess Carmichael. Defender is a junior from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, number 19, Julian Kolakowski. Attacker is a freshman from Frederick, Maryland, number 21, Hunter Levinson. In goal is a freshman from Ponte Vedra, Florida, number 24, Courtney Rauch. Defender is a junior from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, number 27, Katie Karras. Attacker is a freshman from Scottsdale, Arizona, number 42, Addison Johnson. In midfield is a junior from Johnston, Iowa, number 88, Gia Wang. Head coach of the Sailfish is Katie Richardson, assisted by Alyssa Vaccia. And now, here are the starters for your University of Tampa Spartans, who entered tonight's game with a record of 5-6. Midfielder is a junior from Sudbury, Mass., number 4, O'Neal Gallinson. Midfielder is a junior from Waxhaw, North Carolina, number 6, Cece Colombo. Midfielder is a grad student from Wall, New Jersey, number 12, Madison Birch. Midfielder is a senior from Centennial, Colorado, number 16, Lizzie Pierpont. Defender is a freshman from Worthington, Ohio, number 20, Isabella Avila. Defender is a grad student from Tampa, Florida, number 21, Holliston Wagner. Defender is a senior from Smithtown, New York, number 22, Danny Water. Defender is a senior from Whitehall, Maryland, number 23, Aaron Sistek. Attacker is a junior from Farmingdale, New York, number 31, Olivia Mott. Defender is a senior from Frederick, Maryland, number 35, Paige Short. Attacker is a sophomore from Hudson, Ohio, number 43, Sarah Hinkle. And in goal is a freshman from Avon, Ohio, number 45, Kylie Wartkin. Head coach of your Spartans is Kelly Gallagher, assisted by Kaylee Gilday and Hillary Hand. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. University of Tampa and Palm Beach Atlantic University all promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner, using obscene gestures, profanity, racial, sexist, or unduly provocative language or action toward officials, opponents, spectators, or administrators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the premises. The use of artificial noisemakers and alcohol products are not permitted. Smoking is permitted along the fenced areas outside the stadium. Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Atlantic Sailfish. I'm Bruce Wozniak along with Taylor Stolworthy here to call the action for you between 2 and 7 Palm Beach and 5 and 6 Tampa. And so Taylor, obviously both teams for similar reasons wanting to get into the win column. Spartans would even the record at 500 and the Sailfish trying to salvage something here in 2022.
Yeah, and for Tampa, it's definitely going to be tricky, but a win here could try to help a late season run to try to get into any postseason action. Although for Palm Beach, it would take a miracle, but on a beautiful day here at Namoli Family Stadium, I think that a miracle could happen. It's senior day as well for the Spartans, and we get to say farewell in the Spartans' backyard for many Spartans players, some who could be considered legends in the future.
Yeah, a ceremony just took place before the game honoring those ladies. The seniors that were recognized were Abby Hope, Hannah Bush, Madison Birch, Lizzie Pierpont, Holliston Wagner, Danny Waters, Aaron Sistek, Paige Short, and Christina Romano. Our starting goaltenders this afternoon, the Spartans, Kylie Warnken, a freshman, will get the nod from head coach Kelly Gallagher. And for Palm Beach Atlantic, a freshman, Courtney Roush, getting tapped from Katie Richardson, the head coach of Palm Beach Atlantic. You see the Spartans all in white this afternoon, starting off going from right to left, and Palm Beach Atlantic wearing blue as we're about set to get start here between the Sailfish and the Spartans. And here's the opening draw and chased down by Cece Colombo. And so the Spartans with the initial offensive possession as Colombo runs it down to the far corner and takes it deep in behind the Sailfish net. Her pass over connects with Wagner. And Wagner, good defense being put on her. Excuse me, that was Olivia Mott, 31, now 21. There's a bounce shot by Madison Birch that goes out of play. Possession stays with the Spartans, and that's Cece Colombo with it. Colombo with a pass. Connects with Lizzie Pierpont, and now up top, Julia Colderman pushes it over to the other side, and a pass goes back in behind the Sailfish net. Birch wanted to shoot, spins, has a lane, and nothing there as two defenders converge on her, and she picks it up herself. Birch with a pass over now to Colombo. And Cece starts her move, has some room to work, shoots, scores! A nice play there by Cece Colombo, and 58 seconds into the game, the Spartans have a 1-0 lead.
And I think that's just the perfect start for the Spartans, exactly what they were looking for. We see the replay here as Colombo gets it, drives inside with an open lane, and fires a shot that's impossible to stop. As Happy and You Know It plays over the PA, that's a song that can strike fear into the opposition's hearts, as CC Colombo has already gone on the score sheet. And getting early momentum can be huge in games like this. On paper, Tampa looks like the better team, but it can always be a pitfall if you underestimate your opponent. And so far, I think Tampa's treating Palm Beach as seriously as anyone else, which is what they need to do to try to get back to 500.
And now the draw following that first goal of the game. And for Cece Colombo, that is her 17th goal of the season, as the Spartans in possession here again, and an opportunity, and the Sailfish defenders collapse on Sarah Hinkle, and so now Palm Beach Atlantic will get their first offensive opportunity of the game.
That was good defense from the Sailfish, and a good job to respond immediately defensively to not let the Spartans go up 2-0 immediately, as that could just be the easiest thing to happen. You let up an early goal, and it just throws off your momentum, and when Sarah Hinkle was able to bring it back up relatively quickly, that's where you could be exposed, and the game at 2-0 is going to look a lot worse than 1-0 this early on.
And now Chelsea Smith with it for the Sailfish, And her pass for Sonati. Sonati goes into the corner, and she'll take it in behind the Spartans net. A pass and wanting to shoot was Kelly Lyons, and a whistle stopping play. 1:56 into the game, and it looks like a free position attempt coming up here for Palm Beach Atlantic, as the official waiting, directing one of the Spartans players accordingly. And now here comes, well, Lyons didn't even get a shot away, and now the Spartans able to cause a turnover. So a nice play there by Madison Birch, as it's pushed up ahead for O'Neill Gallinson. She won't get there, but her teammate Sarah Hinkle will. And away go the Spartans into the Sailfish end. Nice job in transition by the Spartans as they get it down behind the Sailfish net. And no, there to take it away was the goaltender Courtney Roush. And so Palm Beach Atlantic, with a little twist of fate there, all of a sudden are breaking back the other way, but a pass misses, and now the Spartans take it away. Some sloppy play here as Wagner picked it up and sends it up ahead to Lizzie Pierpont. And Pierpont takes it down into the corner. She's being chased, and all the way in behind the net go the Spartans again. And Hinkle with a pass to Colombo. And now that's Georgia Glowacki as the Spartans work the perimeter. And Olivia Mott sends it in behind the net. Lizzie Pierpont with some quick direction to her teammates. Pierpont looking for an open teammate. Up top is Cece Colombo. Looked like she was going to go one-on-one. There's a pass that was almost taken away by the Sailfish, but the Spartans able to maintain possession, as this is Lizzie Pierpont with it. Pierpont with a pass, and looking for an open teammate as Madison Birch goes over to Glowacki, and Glowacki puts it on the ground, picks it back up. Cece Colombo with it now. Pass in front, shot coming, and Lizzie Pierpont had a great look at the net, and somehow Courtney Roush able to steal that one away.
I was taking a look. I think it might have hit off the post and then right into Roush. Good reaction to not accidentally knock it backwards.
Yeah, it looked like the net moved, and I wonder if it's either A, the wind, B, her stick being the goaltender Courtney Roush, or C, some combination thereof. As you see the Sailfish trying to gain midfield, and now they do.
Take a look at the crowd, because we do see some hair going in the wind. It could be a mixture of both, as you said, Bruce. But yeah, Palm Beach now ready to get back in the midfield to get another attacking possession right here.
And there's a long pass that connects with Gia Wang. And now her pass as the Sailfish get set up in the Spartans' end of the field. There's a pass in front. And just like the possession before, Kelly Lyons showing like she wants to take a long outside shot. In both cases, a stoppage in play that results in a free position attempt. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Lyons looking like she's wanting to shoot from a little further out than we're used to seeing, and she scores. In the women's game, we see a lot more shots from in close, and the stuff from way outside is usually reserved for the men's game, but Kelly Lyons scores regardless there on the free position attempt. And so we're tied 1-1.
Yeah, that shot was from a little bit of range. And looking at the replay, as we can see, getting ready, the whistle blows. Takes the shot, just takes a very awkward bounce. It's just too hard for Warnken to read. And that's just a very well-placed shot, and I think it definitely caught Tampa off guard. We saw in their first free position attempt, they weren't even able to get close enough to get a shot off. So they decide to fire one from a little further back, and it does the trick, and the game is tied.
And so now Lizzie Pierpont goes out there for this draw. We are 4:39 into the first quarter, and the Sailfish have just answered a Cece Colombo goal that came early on to give the Spartans the lead, and now the Sailfish in control as they play it back to the goaltender Roush. And now it's brought up across the Palm Beach Atlantic line, although they retreat a little bit. And Avina is trying to escape the close checking there of Olivia Mott. And Katie Avina able to cross midfield. And now to Carmichael. Nice passing here by the Sailfish to advance it as Davis looks for some room to work. Maddie Davis hangs onto it. Into the corner she goes, and all the way back to the end line. Giving chase is Danny Waters, and Maddie Davis able to still hang on to it. Makes a move on Waters, takes a bounce shot, and Warnken with the save there, and the Spartans get the rebound. And back they'll come with a pass up ahead, and right at midfield was Aaron Sistek. Here comes UT back down the other way, a pass in front, and Pierpont had her back to the net, couldn't get a shot away. Madison Birch streaking in, has room to work, scores! Madison Birch, a great highlight reel goal, and puts the Spartans right back in front. It's 2-1.
And that was a great play from the Spartans. Was just sparked by a great fast break. And Birch, all alone, gets the ball, comes in, and a one-on-one. If Birch gets that situation, she's going to be able to score it most of the time. So it's no surprise to see that go in. And a 2-1 Spartans lead will now happen as play will eventually resume. 9:06 left in the first quarter. But that great play had started not just off the fast break, but a great save by Warnken on a really tough chance that the Sailfish had on their offensive possession.
And Madison Birch came into today's game leading the Spartans both in goals and points. So she now increases her season totals to 34 goals and 39 points. And just really showed great control there, because being that wide open, you might almost feel the urgency to shoot. And she held on to it and finally got in close for a more high percentage look at the net and beats Courtney Rausch to make it 2-1. And a call here. 2 minutes dangerous play against Chelsea Smith of the Sailfish. And so the Spartans with an opportunity now to potentially take their first 2-goal lead of the game, as you see Cece Colombo gets through some traffic and a whistle on the far side of the field. And now Colombo on the restart for Colderman. Colderman a pass, and Birch scores again! Madison Birch, a low shot that beats Courtney Rausch, and so they take advantage of the call against the Sailfish. And UT goes up 3-1 after the yellow card to Katie Avina.
Yeah, just passes to Birch, and once again, wide open, and fires a quick shot that's just really hard to stop. So in the span of just 20 seconds, Birch is able to knock on the second goal and complete a brace as Tampa uses the player advantage to now take a 2-goal lead. And Birch, of course, one of the players honored before the game, having a marvelous senior day right here.
Spartans have controlled three of the 4 draws thus far. And this is Sarah Hinkle this time for UT, as she was going against Chelsea Smith of the Sailfish, and Spartans possession here again. And this is Emma McLaughlin now. McLaughlin on the far side of the field. Up top for Christina Romano, one of several seniors recognized before the game in the ceremony as part of Senior Day. And back over to Emma McLaughlin. Starts her move and sends a pass over instead to Birch, and a whistle stops play once again.
So it'll be Birch on the free position right here, looking for the hat trick.
And one-on-one against Rausch, scores! Madison Birch, wow. We're only halfway into the first quarter, and she already has 3 goals. It's 4-1 Spartans.
I mean, just taking a look at the scoreboard, the first goal came at 9:01, and then this goal, really nicely taken, gets to the far side from the left, going left to right and getting the nice shot past the goalie. And Birch is able to complete a hat trick in under 2 minutes. So from 9:06, which was goal number 1, 8:39, goal number 2, and 7:42 for goal number 3. The Spartans now lead by 3 All of them courtesy of Madison Birch, and of course, the original goal by Colombo.
And now the draw here at midfield. Sarah Hinkle for the Spartans. The ball is out. And again for the Sailfish, that was Chelsea Smith. And a bunch of them battle for it. Emma McLaughlin comes out of the pack with a great opportunity to hit the goalpost. And what a great look at the net for Emma McLaughlin. A terrific opportunity and just not able to get it inside past Rausch. But here comes a chance for Romano. And quick passing by the Spartans. Looking for more as they have raced out to a 4-1 lead. McLaughlin to Birch. And Madison Birch surveys the zone, sends it across to Bryn Nestor. And now this is Hinkle. Madison Birch from the near side. Birch looking for an opening, nothing there. A second defender slides over to help. A pass inside. Romano scores! Christina Romano with a nice goal. And the Spartans go up 5-1.
I mean, if you take a look at the replay, I think it's clear what the Spartan success has come from. Great ball movement. That was a great pass to get it to Romano. And Romano had the space, even though there were defenders collapsing on her, to fire the shot and was able to get another goal. So an unfortunate start for Courtney Rausch. Not all of the goals are her fault. She's doing her best she can, but a lot of great look for the Spartans. And they're a team that can be clinical when you give them the space to fire a shot.
And that goal just a little bit more meaningful for Christina Romano as a result of having been honored pregame on Senior Day. But at the same time, you can't take away what a terrific pass from Madison Birch to set her up, as Birch did get the assist on that one. And so now Sarah Hinkle out at midfield for this next draw. And the ball is out. And this time will be handled by the Sailfish, as coming out with it is Sarah Matheny. And Matheny races up across the UT line. It's knocked from her stick. And her teammate Anna Lascaris picks it up, and the official right there on the spot nonetheless. And so Matheny on the restart here. She's being watched by O'Neill Gallinson. And Matheny runs it down towards the corner. Matheny sends a pass over. And knocked from the stick of Addison Johnson, and it's going to be turned over. And the Spartans out shooting Palm Beach Atlantic 6-2 so far. And so absolutely giving some offensive support to their goaltender, Kylie Warnken, who's only faced 2 shots, stopped 1, and has allowed the 1 Sailfish goal. Her teammates with another offensive possession at the other end of the field right now as Pierpont sends it behind the net to Mott. Mott's pass misses, but there to corral it is none other than Madison Birch. And over to Emma McLaughlin. On the far side of the field now, that's Bryn Nestor. Nestor wants to go one-on-one. Defender changes her mind. Nestor with a pass down. And there's a nice pass for Hinkle, and a great save there by Rausch. But the Spartans able to pick up the rebound. Here's Romano again, and a whistle's going to stop play as Christina Romano was about to have a great look at the net, and very well might have had her second goal of the game, but she's got a free position attempt here, so it might come in this fashion. And there's the official's whistle. Romano bounces one that goes out of play behind the Sailfish net. Possession stays with the Spartans. And they put it right back in, as that's Olivia Mott working back there. Mott didn't see her, but wow, Lizzie Pierpont was open in front of the net. McLaughlin has it on the far side of the field, and up top now for Christina Romano. Romano's pass, Madison Birch inside, and wow, she got taken down. And the officials there to call that one. The Sailfish have to find some way to stop Madison Birch.
Yeah, I mean, Birch has already had 4 points as we see the card, meaning the Spartans will get a player advantage after the free position. And Tampa's just been able to get so many good looks. You really have to feel for Rausch, who made a great save not too long ago. But Rausch has not had an easy day with so many shots coming her way in good positions.
Sarah Matheny for the Sailfish over in the penalty area, sitting down on the far side of the field. And here comes Birch and hits the goalpost. And so Courtney Roush might not have been able to stop her, but she got some help from the goalpost. And so the Sailfish, who, keep in mind, Matheny had just gotten the 2-minute call against her. So they are one player down as Roush slowly walks it up and looks for an open teammate. And Palm Beach Atlantic is going to try to kill some time here as it is, with Matheny over in the penalty area. Now some pressure will be put on Roush, and she gets a pass up ahead for Avina. Avina chased by O'Neill Gallinson, and now it's back to Roush. And a nice job by the Spartans to pressure Palm Beach Atlantic as the Sailfish are finally able to get it across midfield. And now crossing the Tampa line is Sonati, and her pass up ahead for Maddie Davis. Pass in front, and what happened to Lascaris? She is either favoring her nose, her mouth. She's off to the side, and now she's got the ball. And she carries on despite, I'm assuming, having gotten an errant stick, perhaps. And now play stops as she's the one that goes down. And Anna Lascaris wants the extra minute to put her protective eyewear back on, but probably wants to exhale after whatever had happened, where she kept checking up around her mouth or nose area with her hand. And she'll get a free position attempt here against Kylie Warnken with exactly 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And takes a shot, and Warnken stops that one and sends it right away to Aaron Sistek as the Spartans cross midfield. This is Christina Romano. Romano on the run, and a pass over. McLaughlin comes out of the pack with it, and Emma McLaughlin is pushed down from behind. And the official right there to call that one happened right in front of him.
That was a great grab by McLaughlin on that play. The ball had come loose, and McLaughlin was just able to react in time to get it back, and then a little bit afterwards pushed down for no further attempt to try to keep the drive alive. But it'll now give Tampa a chance to reset, regroup, with the player advantage now going up to 2 players for 10 seconds or so. And then it'll drop back to 1 for another 2-minute stretch.
Yeah, 2-minute call here against Jillian Kolakowski of the Sailfish. And let's see if the Spartans can take advantage of this, although that pass intended for Holliston Wagner missed. Now Birch picks up the loose ball, and she goes down, and there's another whistle stopping play as Madison Birch picks herself up. And the last thing the Sailfish want to do here is give a free position attempt to Madison Birch. She of the 3 goals, 1 assist variety already here in this game. It's not a free position attempt, but it is still Spartans ball, although the Sailfish are only 1 player short now, as here's the Spartans knocking on the door. Romano up top. The call against Kolakowski out in front, and Roush is able to stop Birch that time. There's still 65 seconds left in the call against Kolakowski. Out in front, scores! Lizzie Pierpont. The Spartans increase the lead to 6-1.
Yeah, and the first shot right there was greatly saved by Roush. The second time, once again, a point-blank shot. I mean, point-blank shots, you can't expect your goalie to get 2 of those saves in a row. That first save on Birch was incredible, but Pierpont this time is able to beat Roush maybe inches away from the net, it looked like, from up here. There's a great play as well by the Spartans, and the Sailfish defense struggling to contain them, as Spartans will now take a 6-1 lead with 1:42 left in the quarter.
The 19th goal of the year for Lizzie Pierpont, and the assist goes to Olivia Mott, as we see Cece Colombo come out for this draw against Chelsea Smith of Palm Beach Atlantic. The Sailfish traveling up here from West Palm Beach, and a beautiful Saturday afternoon. 71 degrees here in West Central Florida. And a loose ball, not controlled. The Sailfish looked like they were going to gain possession, and now the official there to indeed award it to them as they play it back to their goaltender, Roush. And she plays it up ahead to Kolakowski. Kolakowski sends it up ahead to Bakatsias. And now Katie Karras. Carrying on is Megan Jackson into the corner. And Jackson being watched closely there by Aaron Sistek. And a whistle stopping play as you saw Jackson hit the deck down near the end line as we're down to 49 seconds left in the first quarter. And so Megan Jackson puts it back into play and sends a pass back over to the other side. And popping out, there's a pass that doesn't connect. And now the Sailfish, well, initially picking it up was Bakatsias, as the Sailfish not able to handle it as the Spartans take it away in the person of Sarah Hinkle. And Hinkle looked like she might have caught an errant stick as well. Play carries on, only 12 seconds in the quarter. And let's see if UT's aware. They need to get a shot off quickly. Madison Birch, and that one is stopped nicely by Courtney Roush. She sends an outlet pass up ahead, but the horn will go to end the first quarter. And very, very much a Spartan-dominated first 15 minutes as they jump out to a 6-1 lead. And we'll be back with the second quarter here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Back live here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, where the Spartans have a 6-1 lead. Half of those goals coming from Madison Birch, as they've also gotten single tallies from Lizzie Pierpont, Cece Colombo, and Christina Romano. Shots on goal in the first quarter were 10-3 in favor of the Spartans, and draw controls 5-3 in favor of the Spartans. And Taylor, let's see how Palm Beach Atlantic comes out after that quarter break. Either they're going to rally and somehow find a way to make this game close, or it's going to be a long afternoon for them.
This first goal is going to be the most important of at least the quarter, but at this rate with the scoreboard And the scoreline, it could potentially be one of the more important ones of the game as it sets some momentum for potentially the 2 quarters afterwards as well. But still, well over 45 minutes to play as Tampa will get a chance in the attacking third right here.
And they have it down behind the Sailfish net. That's Lizzie Pierpont. Pierpont being closely checked. And Pierpont able to find some room. And we'll get a whistle, a call here against the Sailfish. And that might well have been on Chelsea Smith, who was right on Lizzie Pierpont. And it seems like Courtney Rausch has started to settle in. Seen her make a few key stops on the Spartans. Let's see how she does here one-on-one with Pierpont. And there's a shot that goes wide. And possession over to Palm Beach Atlantic. So a nice little break there for the Sailfish in the opening minute of the second quarter.
And I think that's what's important. You just need to make sure that in a game like this, you're down by 5, you can't let the bleeding get much worse. You can make up a 5-goal deficit if you work hard and fight over 3 quarters. But if you start to let that deficit slip again, things can get bad quickly. And Rausch has started to settle in with 4 saves already, helping out her team. And if the Sailfish can continue to focus, get settled in, they can try to make this competitive. And we've seen that they've had some good possessions and some good chances. But the scoreline definitely reads that the Spartans have been stronger so far. But a chance in the attacking third could give them the opener of the second quarter right here.
Yeah, there's not a shot that the Sailfish can take that's going to count for 5 goals and immediately tie the game. So it's the fundamentals, it's things like turnovers, it's things like loose balls. This is all going to add up as you see Anna Lascaris shaking things off again and having to, for the second time, put her protective eyewear back on as the Sailfish still in possession here. 28 seconds on the shot clock for them. And these possessions will be important if they can scratch and claw their way back into this game and cut into this 5-goal deficit. As going to work now is Sonati. Sonati has it knocked from her stick, and there's a good play defensively for the Spartans by Erin Sistek. And those are the kind of plays that the Sailfish need to be making, not have made against them. As you see the Spartans up ahead, Madison Birch one-on-one with Rausch, and Rausch got a piece of that one, although Birch is able to get the rebound herself. Spartans go back to work. Holderman a pass in front that didn't connect with Hinkle, and Rausch able to take that one away, and the Sailfish will try again. Out of their own end they come as a pass is made to Katie Karras. Karras across midfield and now over the Tampa line. And a pass now for Addison Johnson. Johnson one-on-one there against Danny Waters and in behind the Spartans net. Still with it and finally gives it up as the Sailfish, Sonati had it knocked from her stick, and Sonati being battled by Sarah Hinkle in the call against Hinkle, and Sonati puts it right back in. Sonati trying to get a step on Sistek, and there's a shot off the goalpost, and good thing for Kylie Warnken as she didn't even see it. Looked behind her, and the ball had already ricocheted out as UT comes back the other way. And across the Sailfish line goes Danny Waters, and now a pass to Glowacki, scores! Georgia Glowacki, a nice goal, and the Spartans go up 7-1.
And that was just a great play there by Georgia Glowacki. I mean, we see, gets the pass, swims through with a great move, going left to right and firing the shot. It gives the Spartans a 6-goal lead. And I will say, even though the Sailfish do come out the wrong end of the first goal in this quarter, they are defending a lot better, and we see Rausch still making some clinical saves. So it's definitely still not completely out of reach, but great fundamentals led to a great Spartans goal right there. Complacency is king when you're up by 6 goals, and with that, a shot like that and a play like that, it looks like the Spartans are just staying focused and avoiding any lapses and errors.
This is UT's 12th game of the season, and Glowacki has played in just over half of them. This is game number 7 for her this season. And that's goal number 5 in 2022 for the sophomore from Seal Beach, California. As we now have a draw at midfield, Cece Colombo out there for the Spartans. And trying to see who that is for the Sailfish. As the ball comes out, it looks like that was Maddie Davis for the Sailfish as they have the ball, although it's missed. Katie Avina, and the Spartans come out of it in possession as racing up ahead goes Erin Sistek. Sistek comes down the near side and takes it towards the corner and has a quick chat there with Lizzie Pierpont, gives her the ball, and now this is Olivia Mott. Cece Colombo over to Birch, and Colderman on the far side of the field gave a little head nod. And Colderman starts her move, gets around the defender, has an opportunity, scores! Julia Colderman, and the Spartans now in the lead 8-1.
Another great play for the Spartans right there. And I think one thing the Spartans have just excelled at so far this afternoon has just been able to win those one-on-one challenges with defenders and put themselves in positions to get great shots. And when you look at plays like that, a lot of people will say, oh, well, the goalie should have stopped them. If you're going to have 10-plus one-on-one shots per game, how many do you realistically think you could save? Even as someone from the goal booth, I know the best goalies in the world maybe at best can save half or 60% of them. And so far, Roush has done a good job keeping a good chunk of them out. This game could be a lot worse. And I think Roush is saying, teammates, you got to give me a little more help. I can save it if you're putting some pressure, as we saw with the one-on-one earlier from Madison Birch, who had a near one-on-one look that was partially interrupted by a Sailfish defender, allowing the shot to go wide. But it's just not good enough for the Sailfish, as the Spartans now lead by 7 with 10:54 to go.
Yeah, make no mistake, Courtney Roush has had to work very hard. You can say she's given up 8 goals. She's faced 13 shots. Those 5 saves that she's made have all been of a very high caliber, and so she's really being tested as the Spartans going back to work here offensively yet again and not taking their foot off the gas as it's sent in behind the Sailfish net. Now Mott sends it over to Romano. Pass up top. Sarah Hinkle cuts inside. Hinkle with a pass over and a whistle stopping play, and a call here against Palm Beach Atlantic. Spartans have 13 shots on goal, and Palm Beach Atlantic just 3. And here's the free position attempt, scores! And now the lead grows to 9-1, and we're only 4 minutes, 38 seconds into the second quarter. And Taylor, you said it before, whoever was going to score the first goal of the second quarter was going to be vital. And how about the Spartans having scored the first 3 of the second quarter?
Yeah, and if we see from the replay, just a very, very well-executed free position to beat Roush. And that's what I was saying. Because the first goal came for the Spartans, I think it just hit the Sailfish. They're clearly not in the best rhythm right now. They're struggling to get focused and stay focused. And that's where you can see some cracks where they've started to slip up. And now you can take a look at the scoreboard. That 6-1 deficit that you could say, hey, there's still plenty of time, looks a lot worse as 8-1. But there is still plenty of time. Only 4 minutes have been played, as it's now 9-1. And you can still make up 8 goals, but the Sailfish would really need a goal quickly to try to get some momentum. And losing the draw right here has not helped them.
Well, the other thing, too, is the Spartans have actually gotten goals from 7 different players. So as much as we're talking about Madison Birch and her 3 goals, all of a sudden, if you're the Sailfish, you don't just work on her because you've been beaten by 6 other Spartans players. And it's 9-1 with the Spartans in possession. Once again, the last goal was scored by Sarah Hinkle on the free position attempt. And UT looking for 10. Hit the goalpost, and there's a whistle that had stopped play. And for Sarah Hinkle, that is goal number 27 on the season. And the officials now awarding possession to the Sailfish as it's being started up by Megan Jackson across midfield. Jackson across the Tampa line. Pass over for Bakatsias. And now in the corner, that's Katie Carlson. Carlson sends a pass up top. And in front, shot by Carlson. She was taken down, and the officials stopped play with a whistle to make that call.
It looks like it'll be a free position for the Sailfish, a chance to try to show some life here in the second quarter. And that was a good play that almost led to a goal, but Warnken stayed in front of it.
And Carlson scores. Katie Carlson bounces that one low and past Kylie Warnken, and so the Sailfish finally get back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and this one right here, it's just a great bounce shot off the free position, and Warnken tries to make the save, but bounces are hard to read, so great job to go and get it there and to be able to put your team back up on the scoreboard. Carlson, of course, a sophomore from Glidon, Maryland.
Just her second goal of the year, just her fourth game of the season. And the draw now at midfield, as I believe that's Sarah Hinkle for UT. And for the Sailfish, that was Chelsea Smith. And Hinkle seemed like she was going to come up with it. The ball is still loose, and now chased down and picked up by Christina Romano. Here comes Emma McLaughlin with a shot, and Roush handles that one, but there was a whistle along the way. And possession to the Sailfish as Roush plays it up ahead, and off goes Megan Jackson. Her pass connects. Away goes Addison Johnson. Johnson with some room to work, but she's chased into the corner, and a nice defensive switch there by the Spartans. And now Johnson puts it on the ground, and she chases it down, as does Holliston Wagner. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in comes Emma McLaughlin to pick it up. So the Spartans will go back the other way.
McLaughlin's speed allows her to come from out of nowhere to pick up some balls and start drives like this one as she's going up through the midfield. Already sheds by the recent goal scorer, Carlson, and gets it into the attacking third for the Spartans.
And now UT taking it in behind the Sailfish net. Back there is Pierpont. And Christina Romano now. A pass over for Emma McLaughlin. And to the far side of the field, that's Bryn Nestor. And behind the net now is Olivia Mott to Romano. And Romano gets past the defender, shoots and scores! Christina Romano, and the Spartans answer right back as Christina Romano gets her second goal of the game.
And that was a great play by Christina Romano. Gets to the outside of the defender and gets the open look on goal to fire the shot. It wasn't as close as point blank, but still a wide enough window that's a very difficult save. And Romano able to complete a brace, a second goal of the game. And now is the second Spartan to have 2 goals so far. Of course, we know the first one, and that is Birch's, who has a hat trick.
I like the commitment to the play by Christina Romano. The defender was, for all intents and purposes, staying with her, and Romano just believed in herself that I can get past this defender, and just got a half a step. That was enough to get a good look one-on-one against Courtney Roush and find the back of the net.
And we've seen that happen multiple times for the Spartans. They've committed to taking their defender on, have gotten the open shot and open look, and Romano able to do that once again right here. Spartans lead 10-2 with 7:53 to go in the second quarter. Ready for the draw right here.
Chelsea Smith for the Sailfish, and that was Sarah Hinkle for UT. And the official blows the play dead. And we seem to have a call here against UT, as it looks like Emma McLaughlin going over and sitting down in the penalty area. A 2-minute call against her. A check to the head.
Ooh.
Against McLaughlin.
It's never good to have a check in the head, especially you see the face masks. They don't always protect you against sticks, though. So it'll give Palm Beach an opportunity with the player advantage to try to cut that deficit to 7.
And up ahead for the Sailfish went Sarah Matheny, and a call there on the far side of the field. And so play carries on as they push it in behind the Spartans' net. And that's Carlson with it. Katie Carlson being checked there by Erin Sistek, gets the pass away. And the Sailfish with a pass up top. Kelly Lyons over a pass in front. Her back to the net, though. A nice pass, though, and Carlson a bounce shot that doesn't get through. And the Spartans take it away behind the net as Erin Sistek there to cause the turnover. And Sistek starts it up. Sistek with a pass up ahead and pulled down by Danny Waters. And now Waters with a little bit of room as she crosses midfield. A pass up ahead at the Sailfish line. And here comes UT, sending it deep in behind the Palm Beach Atlantic net. Mott over for Nestor. And Nestor can't beat the defender, makes a pass to Hinkle. And now breaking in, here's a shot, scores! Abby Hope. And the lead grows now to 11-2.
Even a player down, the Spartans still able to find it here. A well-worked pass to Hope, gets inside and has enough time before the defender closes on her to get the shot off and give the Spartans now a 9-goal lead. And that'll be the first goal of the game for Hope. And we were hoping that the Sailfish could try to get something going with the player advantage, but not happening yet at very least, as that deficit has gone from 8 to 9 now. 6:16 still to go in the second quarter, but it's not just demoralizing to have that deficit grow. It's even more so when you had a player advantage.
And the 4th goal of the season for Abby Hope, and I had talked about the fact that the Spartans were getting contributions all up and down the lineup, and now Abby Hope bears that out as she becomes the latest Spartans player to get in the goal column today. And now the draw at midfield. That's Sarah Hinkle once again for UT, and Chelsea Smith for the Sailfish. Here's Christina Romano is bumped, carries on, sends a pass up ahead. And that is Abby Hope with it. Her pass in behind the net. Lizzie Pierpont looking for an open teammate. Chooses Christina Romano. And now Sarah Hinkle sending it over for Abby Hope. And back to the far corner. In behind the net now, Pierpont starts her move. Pierpont had a teammate in front, opts to go to Romano up top instead. And now Emma McLaughlin with it to Olivia Mott right underneath the scoreboard. 5.5 to go in the second quarter. And nothing available there, so it's given to Emma McLaughlin. And she uses her speed to find a lane, takes a shot, and Roush makes the save. And again, Courtney Roush, despite what the score might look, she's there to the task. As you said, Taylor, it's the defensive support around her that isn't helping.
And Roush with a 6th save on 18 shots at this point.
Sonati with a great look at the Spartan net there and hit the goalpost. And UT breaking back the other way. And putting on the brakes was Danny Waters. The pass misses, and Colderman's able to pick up the loose ball. And now in behind the Sailfish net. Olivia Mott holding it. Mott being watched there. One-on-one, Gia Wang. And now Glowacki to Colderman, and to the far side of the field to Madison Birch. Birch trying to go one-on-one here and gives a pass instead to Colderman. Colderman takes a shot, and it goes in. It looked like it hit the goalpost and might have hit Roush in some way, and ends up in the back of the net, and it's a 10-goal lead, 12-2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to analyze the replay really quickly on this one to see just how it bounced, but bounce indeed. At first had gone off the post, and whether it was off Roush and back in or just the luckiest of bounces to then hit the opposite post and wind up in the back of the net, regardless of how it goes in, it's still a really good goal there by Kolderman to now give the Spartans a 10-goal lead with a little under 4 to go in the second quarter. And honestly, that's just unlucky because a bounce like that, you can't really control a bounce. Even the best players in the world can do very little to really affect just how that ball's going to ricochet off the metal. And that time, it's just a bounce that goes in your favor, and it's enough for the Spartans to keep this momentum going.
I must say, I'm a little surprised. You would think that at some point along the way, we would have had a timeout called by Katie Richardson, the head coach of Palm Beach Atlantic, and all she's had was the quarter break at the end of the first.
I think at this point, I think she wants to wait till halftime, at the very least this late in the second quarter, but I agree, especially at a little bit earlier in the quarter when the Spartans had chained together 3 relatively quick goals once again. I would have maybe taken a timeout just to say, listen, it's a tough game, but let's focus. We can still get a very desirable outcome, or at the very least, try to stop this deficit from expanding. But with only about 2 minutes 30, as the Spartans now drive it inside once more, this time the shot's going to go nowhere. Maybe she's thinking, okay, let's wait till halftime and really talk this over when we've got more time.
And for those of you that like symmetry, how about 6-1 Spartans after 1? And they've outscored Palm Beach Atlantic 6-1 here so far in the second. And that's how we've gotten to this 12-2 score, as the running clock by rule, because of the 10-goal lead, puts us at exactly 2 minutes left here in the first half. As you see the Sailfish trying to start out of their own end. That's Gia Wang. And Wang, through heavy traffic, gets across midfield. And now Wang crosses the Spartans line and takes it all the way down. Good work by her as the pass connects with Katie Carlson. And Palm Beach Atlantic on the move here offensively, although knocked free. And the official with the call right there against Isabella Avila. And so possession stays with the Sailfish. And down to just 80 seconds left now in the second quarter. And it's in behind the Spartans net. Maddie Davis. And this is Sonati. Sonati looks in front, changes direction, now goes back the other way, and gets out in front and is taken down. And a whistle there, as again we see the protective eyewear, not from Anna Lascaris, but still nonetheless a little bit of a hard-hitting game.
Yeah, both teams getting pretty physical, and the Spartans actually have gotten pretty physical with a little fouls, and that was a little bit of, I think, a push right there that now will lead to a free position for the Sailfish. So not necessarily bad blood, but both teams laying it all out on the line.
Sonati takes a shot and scores. Kiki Sonati beating Kylie Warnken, and it's now 12-3. So the clock stops with 32 seconds left here in the first half.
And all 3 goals for the Sailfish have come off these free positions, and all of them really well taken, just being able to bounce and beat Warnken. And I think they read the scouting report on Warnken saying, hey, she's not as good at reading those bounce shots. Let's try to use them to her advantage. We also saw this a little bit earlier when they had a look and attempted a bounce shot that had gone a little bit wide. But any goal that's late or early in a period and quarter is so important because it gives you momentum entering a break and gives you something to look back on. So,
but I think there's a glaring weakness in the Sailfish offense that you just exposed, which is the fact that all 3 of their goals have come on free position attempts. So if those weren't there, we're all of a sudden looking at 12-0.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame in that way because the Sailfish, they know that they can be playing better than this. But just to get those 3 goals, no matter how you get it, can always be important. But at the end of the day, you're also going to say, listen, we have to find something from open play as well, because that is a good point. If you don't get those fouls, the Spartans maybe play a little bit less aggressive, less physical. You're now looking at a potentially 12-0 game entering halftime, which is not good at all.
And the horn goes to end the first half of play. And the Spartans go into the break with a 9-goal lead. The home team up 12-3 against Palm Beach Atlantic. So do stay tuned after the halftime break, and we'll be back to call the third quarter here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
You can put this in here, like fasten. No. I get something.
Back live here and ready to start the second half of play with UT in a big 12-3 lead. And first half shots on goal were 18-7 for the Spartans. Draw controls 12-4 for UT. And although Madison Birch led the way with 3 goals and 1 assist, it's also worth mentioning that Christina Romano and Julia Kolderman have 2 goals each. Kylie Warnken with 4 saves in the first half. And for Palm Beach Atlantic, Courtney Rausch with 6 saves as play is underway. And in case you're wondering, no change in goal. I'm going to say for either team only because we have seen from time to time Kelly Gallagher will make a change when the margin is as big as it is here, 9. And we'll keep an eye out for that as the game goes along. But Rausch is in goal still for Palm Beach Atlantic.
Keep an eye on Rausch, though, coming all the way up to the halfway line, almost as a sweeper keeper. That could be a little bit dangerous as the Spartans get it back, but I think Rausch is trying to act as an option with the gegenpress. I mean, I know that's not the term for it, but it's similar to that style where the Spartans have been very aggressive in their defensive third, pressuring Palm Beach, trying to force errors to win back possession.
Olivia Mott with it on the far side of the field. And now they take it in behind the Sailfish net. And Pierpont has it knocked from her stick. Sarah Hinkle battling for the ground ball and comes up with it, but now the Sailfish take it away. And off to the races goes Chelsea Smith. Smith being chased by Kolderman. And Smith gets over the Spartans line and still has it. Chelsea Smith shoots and scores. Wow. Coast to coast for Chelsea Smith.
Just turned on the Jets and burned the entire Spartans defense. And honestly, a great play there. Just looking out to the left for her teammate, as we see in a second. Running up the field with a nice little open lane. She's baited the pass and gotten the open space to then fire a shot. And going that fast, it's tough to tell exactly what to do. I think she even caught Warnken off guard. And that'll bring the deficit to 12-4. That's exactly what the Spartans needed to do to start out. And by Spartans, I mean the Sailfish, of course. Getting that first goal is huge. And the first time they've been able to get on the score sheet early in a quarter, it might not be enough to salvage the win. But if it generates some momentum, this game could stay closer than it has looked so far.
Well, and you're right when you say that. I think she fooled Kylie Warnken because at that point she had options to her left and her right. And you're gambling on the fact that she's going to pass to one of her teammates. And the fact that she held on to it the whole time, credit Chelsea Smith. She had a plan the whole time, and she had the speed. And as a result, the Sailfish get the first goal of the third quarter. And here they are in possession again. And let's see if they can rally around that and start chipping away at this 8-goal deficit. As this is Katie Avina, although the ball is loose, and now they'll turn it over as Hinkle goes back the other way for the Spartans. And UT wants to have something to say about what is the first non-free position attempt goal of the game for Palm Beach Atlantic. A pass goes in front. Hinkle has trouble finding the handle. And as a result, she's not able to get a shot away, although she does finally pick it up. And it's sent over to the far side of the field. Glowacki sends it up top for Nestor. Kolderman with it. Over for Birch. Madison Birch, nothing available, sends a pass over. Glowacki gets around her defender, and the defense collapses on her, and the official right there to blow the play dead. And so Georgia Glowacki, who does already have a goal in this game, will get a free position attempt here against goaltender Courtney Rausch. And here she comes and shoots it wide, and it goes out of play. The officials say that possession will stay with UT. And now there's a pass in front. They score! Great passing there as Lizzie Pierpont ultimately puts it in the net, and the Spartans go back into a 9-goal lead.
Yeah, and that was just a nice play. taking it from the side, and then, as we see, gets past her defender, tosses it up, and Pierpont slams it home, almost like an alley-oop right there. The one-time shot will give the Spartans a 9-goal lead once again. So the Spartans responding immediately, and just a great play to just catch Roush off guard, because, again, that's a shot on the other side of the net. Not much you can do there to try to make a play to stop it. And Pierpont able to fire it immediately with no time to react and put the Spartans back up by 9. 12-13 to go in the third quarter as both teams get ready for the draw once more. Tampa has had 12 draw controls to Palm Beach's 6.
And that is Lizzie Pierpont's second goal of the game, and the assist went to Olivia Mott. It's her second assist of the game, and now the Spartans control that draw, as this is Sarah Hinkle with it. Hinkle with a pass to Colderman. Colderman gets inside and can't get the shot away, and a whistle there, a call against Palm Beach Atlantic. And so Julia Colderman, who already has 2 goals in this game as well as an assist, she'll get a free position attempt here and takes the shot right away. And Roush stops that one. And what happened? Roush all of a sudden favoring her left hand there, and now gets the pass away. Might have tweaked something on the save on Colderman, but regardless, she's able to keep the Spartans off the scoreboard that time down, as Palm Beach Atlantic goes back the other way. And weaving her way through traffic is Kaylin Denui, and the ball's loose, and Denui battles with Danny Waters, and the official rules in favor of UT. And so Danny Waters, one of 9 players who were honored in a pregame ceremony as part of Senior Day, as the Spartans take it down the other way. And a pass out in front. Hinkle scores! Sarah Hinkle and the Spartans with a 10-goal lead now, 14-4.
And that's yet another play for the Spartans, just getting in front of the defense. We see it's brought behind the net and just open space right in front of the net, allowing her to get a nice open shot once again. And even though Roush has done a good job making 7 saves so far, it's not enough to stop it this time. The Spartans will now go up by 10 once more, resuming the running clock with 10:25 to go in the third quarter. And that is the second goal of the game for Hinkle.
Olivia Mott gets the assist, and so she now has 3. And so Taylor, certainly disappointing for the Sailfish. They come out and get that first goal of the quarter, and as I mentioned, it was the first score of the game for them that wasn't by way of a free position attempt, and all of a sudden UT responds with back-to-back goals.
Yeah, and I think that just shows the resiliency of UT, and even in a deficit or a scoreline where they're really winning so much, the Spartans aren't going to slow down. They're just going to keep the pressure on. So it's definitely painful for the Sailfish, but it's just, I think, Tampa just motivated and ready to go. And for a Senior Day, it's good for the Spartans as well, because later on in the game in the fourth quarter, they'll be able to keep their seniors in and just give them a nice farewell bit of time, just even for the players that are seniors and sometimes are on the bench a little more often, as they now get another chance in the attacking third.
That's Lizzie Pierpont with it. Pierpont sends it up top. And that's McKelsey Montgomery as the pass goes over on the far side of the field to McLaughlin. And now it's down behind the Sailfish net. Olivia Mott, and the ball comes out of her stick. And fortunately for her, it's able to be picked up by her teammate Sarah Hinkle. And now Hinkle with a pass over for Emma McLaughlin. And there's Christina Romano with a pass down low in front. Mott scores!
And
Olivia Mott makes it 15-4. And so after having picked up 3 assists, she finally gets into the goal column.
Yeah, I mean, 3 assists and now 1 goal. What a play this was, too. Again, just another pass that gets through the Sailfish defense, allowing for another point-blank shot. And I'd say that's just great ball movement from the Spartans to be able to find these chances. And what was a good start of the quarter for the Sailfish is quickly turning a little more sour. The Spartans, again, able to fire 3 goals in relatively quick succession. As we take a look, it was 12-13 from Lizzie Pierpont, 10-51 from Sarah Hinkle, and now 8-50 from Olivia Mott. So in the span of just 3.5 minutes, the Spartans have now gotten back up to an 11-goal lead. This is actually the largest lead they've had today.
And Olivia Mott came into today's game second on the team in points and has increased her totals now to 15 goals and 19 assists for 34 points. As the Spartans looking for more here, and they get set up in the Sailfish end of the field in behind the Palm Beach Atlantic net. And there's a pass up top for Hinkle. Hinkle backs off, changes hands, and up top now for Abby Hope. A pass over for Montgomery. Montgomery a pass over, and Emma McLaughlin mishandled that one. Christina Romano able to pick it up. A pass in front to Hope was missed, and they roll it back to the goaltender, Roush. And so Courtney Roush settles things down as the Sailfish will start out of their own end and bring it up with a pass across their own line. Addison Johnson on the move. Johnson swarmed by what at one point was 3 white jerseys, and now connects with a pass as Wang goes away. Sends a pass up ahead that misses. And so the Spartans on the turnover here. Here comes Emma McLaughlin in transition. McLaughlin has some room, and if Katie Karras isn't aware, Emma McLaughlin is running it right up behind her as they send it in behind the Palm Beach Atlantic net. Spartans looking for more, currently leading by 11. And there's a pass for Montgomery. She goes down and is able to pick up the loose ball. Over for Christina Romano now. Romano with a pass over. Emma McLaughlin on the move. McLaughlin, and the lane closed up, so she goes back to Romano. And now Romano has some room, and a nice save there by Roush as Romano went down. And so the Sailfish able to thwart that attack by the Spartans, as it'll be brought up now by Kelly Lyons. Lyons for the Sailfish ducks away from Christina Romano. And they play it back. And Katie Karras gives it to the goaltender Roush. And now this will be, well, there's a quick pass up ahead for Maddie Davis. Davis with a pass that was missed by Matheny. And hustling back for the Spartans was Holliston Wagner, and able to cause the turnover as the official right there on the spot to call this one for the Spartans. And so Holliston Wagner puts it in play. And now Danny Waters with a pass up to midfield to McLaughlin. Emma McLaughlin, her pass is not controlled and still not by McKelsey Montgomery, in a collision there. And possession stays with UT.
And that was a rough collision. Thankfully, both players okay. As you saw on the play right there, it looks like Jess Carmichael, number 16, going down. And that definitely wasn't the cleanest of bumps. It knocked her to the ground, and she was moving at a little bit of speed trying to control the ball. Tampa now working around the outside again.
Emma McLaughlin has room, and the lane closes up as we see 2 Sailfish players go down. And we did mention before, it's been a little bit of a hard-hitting game, and you see they're slow in getting up. One of the Sailfish players, after 2 of them had gone down, and despite all of that, it's going to be UT ball as Sarah Hinkle is going to get a free position attempt out of all that, which is rather ironic. You see the 2 Palm Beach Atlantic players go to the ground, and you think that one of the Spartans might have been the cause of it, and lo and behold, the home team ends up coming out smelling like a rose and being given a free position attempt here as we await the restart from the official. And now it looks like things are about set. As the clock continues to run, we're down to 3:45 left in the third. There's the shot. Roush got a piece of it, and the Sailfish able to get the rebound. And now Roush with it in her stick. Outlets up ahead as Palm Beach Atlantic tries to gain midfield, and they do. And there's a pass for Maddie Davis. Davis across the Tampa line. Davis a pass into the corner for Carlson. Back to Davis again. A pair of 11s there as Emma McLaughlin watches her. There's a pass that connects, and the loose ball, Kylie Warnken was out of her net, and slow in getting up. Just adjacent to the net was Kiki Sonati as Emma McLaughlin brings it back the other way for UT. McLaughlin with room to work, and now she'll pull up and wait for her teammates to catch up. As there's a pass over on the far side, now down low. The Spartans take it in behind the Sailfish net and now back out to the far side. Georgia Glowacki, as the Spartans make changes, Emma McLaughlin goes off and out comes Julia Colderman. And now this is Gracie Colombo. Scoops it back up. Olivia Mott with it in the corner. That's Pierpont now. Pierpont, her pass was intended for Gracie Colombo, missed, and a loose ball. Let's see, the official there with a call against the Spartans, and so possession to the Sailfish. We're down to just 2:05 left here in the third quarter.
I think things have settled down quite a bit this quarter. Not as much aggressive goal scoring. I mean, I could have just jinxed it. That might change within the final few minutes. But only 4 goals scored, 3 from the Spartans, 1 for the Sailfish. And a couple of those goals, I think, have been prevented off great saves by Roush, including off a free position, which those are also very difficult to save. So it'll be interesting to see how these final few minutes go. The Spartans will win it once again in the midfield.
This is O'Neill Gallinson on the run. And she's got some wheels. Gallinson with room to work. Takes a shot, scores! O'Neill Gallinson, what a great goal. And a nice individual effort there as she picks the far corner. And the UT lead increases to 16-4.
That 100% is one you love on your highlight reel. Able to cut past the defender, get open space, and then beat the goalie to the far side. It just was a great solo effort to help the Spartans now take a 16-4 lead. And yeah, just an incredible play. That's yet another Spartans goal scorer, as we see from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 different Spartan players now able to get on the score sheet for the afternoon matchup.
And just the second goal of the season for Gallinson, who has played in what is now all 12 games of the season here in 2022. So good for her. Her hard work pays off as it results in the 16th Spartans goal this afternoon. And now we get the draw out at midfield. And the clock is going to wind down here as there's only 10 seconds left in the third quarter. That was Lizzie Pierpont opposing Chelsea Smith. And the Spartans in possession, but the horn goes to end the third quarter of play. So UT outscores Palm Beach Atlantic 4-1 in the third quarter, and that puts us at a 16-4 lead for the Spartans at the end of 3. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter right after this break on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Back live here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, where the home Tampa Spartans have a big 16-4 lead over the visiting Palm Beach Atlantic Sailfish. As we head into the fourth and final quarter of play, the Spartans trying to even their record at 6-6 this afternoon. They come into this game ranked number 15, and the Sailfish struggling in 2022, coming into today with a one-loss record of 2-7. As we get set here for the draw to start this fourth quarter. And still, Courtney Roush in goal for Palm Beach Atlantic. They do have Abigail Loughton, another goaltender, on their roster. But sticking with Roush, who has faced 26 Spartan shots. She's made 10 saves. And Kylie Warnken has faced just 8 shots all day as the Sailfish score right there to make it 16-5.
And that's an important goal for the Sailfish. Just get started in the fourth the right way. They did that in the third quarter. They were able to get the opening goal. And I was about to say, just as the interesting statistic, it had only been 11 shots compared to 10 saves from Roush. But that number goes to 12, and that shot is also coincidentally a goal to kick off the fourth quarter.
Both teams are making their shots count today. 26 of the Spartans' 31 shots have been on goal, and 9 of the Sailfish's 12 shots have been on goal. But it's the accuracy that Tampa has shown in jumping out to this huge 16-5 lead as the clock continues to run. And on the draw, it's picked up by UT as Lizzie Pierpont brings it down. Pierpont takes it into the corner, and now she'll go in behind the net with a pass to Olivia Mott. Mott being closely checked, and in front was Colderman, wanted it, but was covered. And there's one that's going to be taken away by the Sailfish, and maybe just a little too lax, no pun intended, on the pass as the Spartans turn it over. And now Roush out of her net, playing it over, and it's Denui, Kaylin Denui, crossing midfield, and now a pass up ahead. Lascaris, it's on the ground, picks it right back up, and Lascaris connects. As bringing it over to the near side is Abigail Francis. Francis sends a pass, and that one's taken away. A nice play by Isabella Avila for UT, and she goes across midfield. And now up across the Sailfish line. Avila still on the run, a pass for Glowacki. And Glowacki takes it in behind the Sailfish net over for Mott. Olivia Mott. Gracie Colombo wanted it in front of the net. Mott keeps it. And now a pass for Pierpont. And over to the far side of the field, Colderman with it. Julia Colderman, and weaves her way through the defense, gets a shot away, and a whistle, as there will be a call here against the Sailfish. And so Julia Colderman, who already has 2 goals and 1 assist in this game, a free position attempt now for her, one-on-one against Courtney Roush. And Kolderman bounces one in and scores. So Julia Kolderman joins Birch in having a 3-goal game, as it's now 17-5.
We aren't going to see any hats thrown onto the field, but that is a second hat trick for the Spartans so far, with Birch and now Kolderman getting her 3rd goal of the game. And the Spartans are back up by 12 goals once again. And it was a better start this time for Palm Beach. It took a little longer for the Spartans to get their first goal. The Sailfish now just need to make sure they don't fall into the pit hole and trap of allowing some goals back to back, as that definitely just turns what this game has been, which has not been a very, very good game, and just rubs salt into that wound.
It's interesting that there was so much attention put on Madison Birch in the early part of the game, where she jumped out to a 3-goal, 1-assist performance, and all of a sudden contributors have come all up and down the lineup, and lo and behold, we find ourselves now with Julia Kolderman having the exact same stat line, 3 goals and 1 assist. The Spartans are in possession here, looking for even more, as Kolderman whips a pass down that was missed by Bryn Nestor and goes out of bounds, and so that'll be turned over.
And unlucky there for Nestor. That could have been easily the 2nd assist for Kolderman. Nestor was in a dangerous spot right in front of the net. But the ball just goes away, and the Sailfish get a chance to rebound as they'll attempt to bring it up in the midfield. The press from the Spartans, however, still very active, even in the 4th quarter.
This is Brooke Schock with it. Schock sends a pass over. And Carmichael at midfield now. A couple of them battle for it. It's loose, and that'll be picked up by the Spartans as Olivia Mott comes out of the pack with it. Mott across the Sailfish line. A pass over for Kolderman. Kolderman looked, had Birch, and instead gives it to Gracie Colombo. And now up top, that's Glowacki, who just stepped on the field. And Georgia Glowacki is part of today's goal parade. She has a goal of her own. And now there's a pass for Madison Birch. And here's Glowacki again. Her pass over for Nestor. Bryn Nestor. And a pass to the far side of the field. Kolderman chases it down, and she does get there in time before it rolls out of bounds. Kolderman with a swift move has it knocked from her stick, though, and able to regain possession to pass to Glowacki. Can't get the shot away, and credit the Sailfish defensively there, although UT able to keep possession as Kolderman has it now. Nice little spin move by her, has some room to work, takes a bounce shot, scores! And Julia Kolderman, all of a sudden the team leader in this game, her 4th goal of the game to make it 18-5.
Yeah, and that time, just another good play by the Spartans. The Sailfish had defended well, but as you can see the Spartans moving, getting a few Sailfish defenders out of the way, and it gives just enough space for Kolderman to get her 4th goal of the game, and that Spartan lead has continued to expand.
And Kolderman hits the 20-goal plateau for the season, as we'll see Sarah Hinkle come out now to oppose Maddie Davis on this draw. And the clock continues to run as there is exactly 8 minutes left in the game now, and a 13-goal lead for the Spartans on Senior Day. If you missed it earlier, there was a pregame ceremony where 9 different Spartans players who are seniors this year were all honored. And many of them have found the score sheet this afternoon as UT in possession again. There's a shot by Abby Hope and a save made there by Courtney Roush as Palm Beach Atlantic will look to start out of their own end as Roush is just trying to identify an open teammate at this point and sends a pass up ahead, connecting with Jess Carmichael, and she crosses midfield. Being chased there, Emma McLaughlin, and the official right there on the spot for a call against McLaughlin. And so Carmichael puts it back into play. A pass up ahead to Lascaris. Anna Lascaris, nice little move there, gets a shot away, and Warnken saw that one the whole way. And a pass up ahead, Emma McLaughlin moves it quickly up ahead to Hinkle across midfield. Sarah Hinkle on the move, crosses the Sailfish line, changes hands, Hinkle puts her shoulder down, bumps off the check. And a pass now to Lizzie Pierpont. Over to the other side for Mott, and back to Pierpont once again. Pierpont, one of those seniors that I mentioned, honored in the pregame ceremony, to McLaughlin, who hit the crossbar, bounces out, and she got her own rebound. And now they're going to say it was in. Well, interesting sequence of events there, because McLaughlin took the shot, and it bounced off the crossbar and came out so fast that she thought she got her own rebound, and she carried on, and the referee says, you actually scored.
That's one of the times where you're like, oh, sure, I'll very gladly take that stoppage of play to get the goal right there. And, yeah, I'd love to see the replay on that to see what had exactly happened. But what a play right there for the Spartans. And McLaughlin able to get another goal. Actually, it was McLaughlin's first. McLaughlin's had some great plays so far. That's why I almost got confused. It feels like almost every single Spartan has gotten a chance to get on the score sheet today. So another player for the Spartans to get on there. And they now lead by 14 with just now 5:30 to go with the running clock. It wasn't just McLaughlin, though. Lizzie Pierpont got an assist as well.
And when the ball is bouncing your way, you get goals like that. And UT in a big 19-5 lead now as the ball is loose. And a bunch of them battle for it. And ouch, Olivia Mott came up with it and got a stick up high for her efforts. And let's see if there's going to be a call against the Sailfish, because that stick got up pretty high against Olivia Mott. And I do see an official over at the scores table on the far side of the field, and I'm waiting for one of the Sailfish players, and there we go. I was going to say to have a seat in the penalty area, and in fact Brooke Schock sits down for 2 minutes, which is on a short list of one of the last things that Palm Beach Atlantic needed at this point, as Romano moves it over to McLaughlin. Now back up top, Christina Romano with a pass over to Hinkle. The far side of the field, that's Mott. Back to Hinkle and to Emma McLaughlin again. Christina Romano passing the center. Abby Hope scores! Abby Hope and the Spartans hit the 20-goal plateau as Hope gets her second goal of the game. And they make the Sailfish pay for that 2-minute call against Brooke Schock.
And that's what I was saying earlier. The Spartans, they can have a 15-goal lead, and at that point it was 14 before, and they are not going to slow down. Hope right there able to get a second goal, completing a brace of her own, and it just continues to get worse for the Sailfish. But for the Spartans, the seniors getting a nice farewell day at the Namoli Family Stadium.
Yeah, in fact, one of those players that was honored in the pregame ceremony was Christina Romano, and she got the assist on that goal. And so Romano having herself a nice little game here with 2 goals and 2 assists.
And yeah, those 4 points have her tied with Birch for goal contributions. And the only person ahead of her is Colderman with 4 goals and a single assist.
And now on the ensuing draw, and it looked like it was going to be chased down by Chelsea Smith for the Sailfish, and Cece Colombo raced over to get it, as you see her with some acrobatics on the far sideline, and now she fires a pass over for Emma McLaughlin, who's on the run. McLaughlin brings it over to the near side and sends a pass to Pierpont, and now to the other side behind the net, Olivia Mott. And over now for Hinkle, who takes her time. Hinkle over for Christina Romano, and now to Emma McLaughlin. And if you wonder why I use a lot of these players' first and last name, there's not only Christina Romano, but there's Alyssa Romano. There's not only Cece Colombo, but there's Gracie Colombo. And the list goes on. And they score again. The Spartans really pouring it on at this point. And it's 21-5 with 2:45 left in the game.
Yeah, this time it's Lizzie Pierpont able to get another goal here. On fire so far, and forget just another goal. That's a goal to complete a hat trick. A third Spartan player to be able to do it. And yeah, the Spartans just still going, still firing on all cylinders. And yeah, it's now a 16 goal deficit for the Sailfish. The only maybe saving grace is we are approaching 2 minutes to go, so Both teams will not have that much longer to play.
And just to continue my list, there's also Gia Colombo, not just Gracie and Cece Colombo. And there's not only Emma McLaughlin, but there's Erin McLaughlin. So thus the use of the first and last names on a lot of these players. And lots of names have been called in this game as the Spartans have racked up 21 goals. And scoring all up and down the lineup, as this is Sarah Hinkle with it now. And UT perhaps on their way to at least one more goal here as they send it down and behind the sailfish net. That's Olivia Mott working back there. Mott stumbles and gets a pass away. That's scooped up by Abby Hope, but the official there with the whistle stopping play as there's a call being made against Palm Beach Atlantic. And so we'll have a free position attempt here for Olivia Mott. And Mott already has a goal and 3 assists. Just passes this one away instead. And Christina Romano scores! Romano, the third Spartans player today to get 3 goals. And, of course, Colderman leading the pack with 4. But Romano now with 3 goals and 2 assists as the game is 22-5.
Yeah, and that's just an incredible play off the free position. Just passes it out and then fires it over to Romano, who just takes a really nice shot that's able to beat Rausch. And, yeah, it's just continued to go. We're now about 30 seconds to go, so I don't think we'll have goal number 23, as Sarah Hinkle is able to also get an assist, putting her goal contribution total up to 3 with 2 goals and that assist. And even though that is the 22nd goal conceded, Rausch has been able to get 33% save percentage with 11 saves so far. So, still, this game could have been a lot worse if it hadn't been for some solid goalkeeping. And Rausch made a good attempt there, but those long shots you don't always see, so it could have fooled her. And the Spartans now up with 3 seconds to go.
And Birch gets one final shot away, but the horn goes to end the game. And UT on senior day wins it, I don't even want to say big, a huge victory by 17 goals, beating the Palm Beach Atlantic Sailfish by a score of 22-5. And the final shots on goal were 33-10 in favor of UT. Draw controls were 23-7. And as Taylor mentioned, in the Sailfish net, Courtney Rausch actually finishes with 11 saves. And Kylie Warnken, not a whole lot of work for her. She only had to make 5 saves today. But the Spartans, who came into the game ranked number 15, improved their record to 6-6, while the Sailfish fall to 2-8. So a very memorable day here for a lot of the seniors and the entire Spartans team and their fans.
Yeah, and as the Spartans are looking to get some momentum for the postseason, that's, I think, what's going to be huge for the Spartans. A win like this just to generate for their final games of the season, just to try to motivate them. They'll be facing in Palm Beach. They're going to be next playing Embry-Riddle on April 13th. And I was thinking about the Spartans real quickly, as this is a great momentum-building game. They'll be facing Florida Tech at home on the 13th at 5 p.m. We hope you can join us then on Wednesday. But, yeah, a day like this is just huge for the momentum of any team to just get a win like this under your belt. And for the Sailfish, it's disappointing, but they could say, hey, we showed resilience and we showed improvement, because they did show improvement. They were doing better. They got 2 goals for the first time in a period in that. Or they weren't actually able to get 2 goals. I was thinking the second period. But at the end of the game, they were getting off to the right foot in those quarters and able to make that deficit a little bit nicer.
And always nice to see the good sportsmanship as you see the handshake line finishing up over on the far side of the field as the Spartans all gather for a team picture and celebrating a big 22-5 victory. So I'm Bruce Wozniak. Taylor Stolworthy on the broadcast today, and my thanks to Andre Pyatt. As always, thank you for joining us. The Spartans win at 22-5. You've been watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.